This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Fan Vote Battled 3-Pack featuring Holo Mirage, Powerdasher Aragon, and Decepticon Impactor. Pretty neat packaging. Interesting choice of shape. It's asymmetrical. It's symmetrical, but it's not your usual squarish rectangular box. I picked up this set at Our Toys. Pretty cool. Let's get them out of packaging. And here they are out of packaging, and they come with a really nice instruction sheet. All of them combined in one sheet. Very thick instruction manual. And if you didn't already know, the reason there are only 2 figures right now, it's a 3-pack, right? The third figure is actually the weapons. And let's get them out. Done in the brick red color. These weapons actually form Powerdasher Aragon, and it is a repaint redeco of Cog. Now, Cog was one of the initial releases for the Siege line, and it was supposed to be like the companion of Fortress Maximus. And yeah, he was done in blue, and now Hasbro has repainted him into red. It's a very muted pale red, and this is probably my least favorite release from the Siege line, from the Siege toy line. And my bad, I'm not paying attention. Now, done in red, I think it's a better color choice. I mean, the blue was okay. It was a little bit boring. Also, we get a new head sculpt for Aragon. It's not so bad. I think that's probably the only thing going for this robot. But it's a direct repaint. They didn't change the weapons or anything. The mold is exactly the same as Cog, except for the new head sculpt. Okay, so I'm going to transform him this way. It's going to be the same. That's the rear end. This is the front end. Take that, and then this, and this. And then just tap it in like that. And there you go. Even in alt mode, I really wasn't a big fan of this figure. I'd already sold off my Cog because I'd sold off my Fortress Maximus. So really no reason to keep this figure around for so long. But yeah, it is what it is. If you're into the Powerdashers, sure. It's great color. Very good rendition, homage to the Powerdasher Aragon. So put that off to the side. And what you're really getting for this set, the reason for getting them are these 2 figures. And I think more specifically, the Decepticon version of Impactor. Okay, because Mirage, this is essentially his sort of invisible mode or Mirage mode. And we'll be getting a opaque version, his regular white and blue colors. But here we get a look at the mold. I was a little bit surprised, not very surprised, but a little bit surprised that they chose blue. I understand Mirage was blue and white, so they turned him into baby blue plastic and blue clear plastic. He looks great right here with that glow, and they use sort of like crystal blue, very light crystal blue plastic. And I was totally expecting it to be that kind of blue plastic, not this. This is a little bit too dark. I don't know if it will pass as like him being invisible, but I would have wished it was something like this, a little bit more white or light in color, but they didn't do that. It's okay. I initially thought he had some light piping, but he doesn't. The eyes are just painted yellow, which is fine, I suppose. because if you put light piping, everything's gonna go through the body, right? Doesn't make sense. Sorry. Okay, so here's a good look at the mold. Comes with 2 weapons, also done in that clear blue plastic. So everything's invisible, because if you watch the G1 cartoons, he did turn himself invisible and sneak up on the Decepticons. So yeah, and already right now, I love the front. You know, it looks kind of like Mirage. He was a little bit chunky because he was a race car. But at the back, you see a lot of these kibble. And from here on, you will see that's the front and tail fins. This is a faux chest. And one thing I do hate about Transformers, other than parts forming pieces, are fake chests or fake legs or fake, like Optimus Prime, if he has a fake chest or something that doesn't actually transform into the car part it's supposed to be. So a little bit of a bummer. That's that. Articulation for the figure. It's got a ball joint neck, waist swivel, ball hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, hinge elbow, hinge wrists go in and out because of transformation, ball hinge hip, thigh swivel, hinge knee, 90-degree bend, and the ever present hinge ankle joints. A little bit of a foot articulation because of transformation. So that's that. Okay with it. Just wish they could have used a lighter translucent blue plastic. And now on to Impactor. And he's actually the nicest looking one in the entire set. I was very surprised. I actually like him. I know I said in the past, previous year, when I did the video on the reveals of upcoming Siege figures, and I was like, I'm never gonna get Impactor, or I'm gonna get him, but maybe just to review him and get rid of him. Maybe I'm not gonna like him and all that. But as it turns out, I actually like this figure for some reason. Now, this is his Decepticon version, as you can see right there. He's got that Decepticon symbol. Very nice, nice purple color on him. Purple and yellow actually work wonderfully. He's got this Trojan helmet looking head sculpt. Is it Trojan or Spartan? I don't know, whatever. But he's got that crest on his head. Very nice. He looks so beefy and chunky. I'm really liking the silhouette, really liking the design of this figure. Now, I never read up a lot of the comic books over the Wreckers and all that, but I think this figure is more of an homage to those comic book character, the comic book character more than the cartoon. So yeah, we will be getting an Autobot version of Impactor, the regular release, together with the normal colors of Mirage. Now he comes with a gun, 2 guns actually. Nice little spiky alien pistol type of weapon, and a full-on regular blaster, which he can hold on either hand or just combine it this way and put it on his shoulder like he was in packaging. So that's actually pretty cool. Articulation for the figure. He's got a ball jointed neck, waist swivel. No, actually that's not the waist, that's the mid-torso swivel. And he's got ball hinge shoulders that go this way, that way. This cannon can move up, rotate this way so that you can have room for that shoulder to move in. He's got a bicep swivel, hinge elbows, hinge wrists because of transformation. He's got a ball hinge hip. Oh, ratcheting ball hinge hip. Knee swivel. So ball hinge knee. It's not actually a thigh swivel, but near the knee. And then, like I said in Mirage, those ankle, beautiful foot articulation, beautiful ankle rockers. So very, very cool. Paint apps on this figure, I'm surprised there's hardly any quality issues. With all the ton of silver and yellow on him, you would think, and some red, you'd think there'd be some smudges here and there. Actually, I don't see any. There are some weathering on him. They kept it at a minimum. The silver paint apps right here on the side of the shins. That's about it. No other weathering on him, which is cool. I'm all for weathering. I mean, I think they give character to the figure, but I like a clean, good, solid figure. And for transformation, let's begin with Mirage. Now, it's interesting to note that if you did watch the G1 cartoon, Mirage had a gun, and the other gun was actually a shoulder cannon like this. And it was sort of like a missile launcher, and amazingly enough, they actually turned this into a missile launcher. So pretty cool. It's not spring-loaded or anything like that, but it is it's a wonderful little bit of extra detail that Hasbro and Takara told me of, but they're very nice. Already liking this mold despite the fake chest. Okay, so transformation. I was quite curious as how the transformation would go for this figure, especially that this chest doesn't actually transform. So let's get right to it. So first thing you want to do, okay, you want to fold the fists inward like this. Okay, fold the arms this way, shoulders out. Rotate that whole arm, both arm assemblies this way, and then you just tab in those arms right there, right on top of his face. Okay, then what you want to do, raise that whole upper chest cavity, fold that head backwards. Before you do that, obviously you got to flip out the wheels, fold it like that, and it'll stay there for the time being. Okay, no need to rotate the waist or anything like that, you're good. Rotate the legs outward so that the toes are pointing outwards. That's your cue. Untab the real nose cone and front wheels. And do that. Okay. And then what you want to do is you want to flip up the toes or the feet. And then using this hinge right here, I'm going to slide that entire leg assembly up like that. Okay, you already see where this is going. These are going to form the front part, the race car. These leg pieces are going to form the cockpit. Okay, so make sure you tab everything. Okay, nice and tight. So that's that. And finally, what's left is you flip this whole back assembly and tab them in. Now right here, I will warn you, you can see these really thin tabs, and I know what's going to happen after some time. It's going to be brittle, and those are the first things that are going to break because they're going to slot into those little tiny tabs right there. I mean, Hasbro, could you have made this any thinner? I mean, you could have done a thick peg, you know, it would have been okay right here, like a triangular peg or whatever. But no, okay, and then these two, this bigger peg here is going to peg in right there. Now it's a little bit of a tight squeeze. You're going to have to, since it's also made of clear plastic, it's very difficult to see where everything's going, but you get the idea. Okay. All right. There you go. There is Mirage in his race car alt mode. It's a little chunky at the rear. Front end looks fantastic, and then you got that ugly fake fall chest at the back. But what's interesting with this particular figure is even in clear plastic, they have the tempos on it, the paint apps right there. You can clearly see the engraving or the embossing or print of those 26 dots. They actually did do the paint apps in blue ink, so blueprint. So very nice. Kudos to Hasbro for that. And obviously you can put the guns right here on his spoiler. I mean, not really a spoiler, it's so thick right here, but yeah, it's okay. It'll roll okay. Kind of reminds me more of those toy cars that you had remote control on them, and yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this mold. It's okay. I just wished it transformed properly, and the spoiler was put a little bit to the rear. I don't know, since they were going for that G1 look, could have done that. Okay, so that's Mirage. And now to transform Impactor. All right, take off the weapons for now. Start with the head. Rotate 180 degrees, make him face backwards. Open this cover, or canopy, and then fold down that all the way down. Make sure that the crest just goes all the way down. Push it down like that. And cover it back. Okay, and fold the gun this way. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to lift this up. Unlike Starscream, this one has a pin Seems to be a recurring theme for the Siege line, much like their ankle rockers. Okay, fold the fists inward, raise the arms this way, rotate the bicep 180 degrees, like that. Okay, and at this point, you want to get the main cannon, and you want to tab that peg right there onto one of the holes. Actually, just this hole. Make sure that the handle is facing outward, because you probably guess where it's going to go. Right here, fold the shoulders down like this. Other shoulders down like this, and then tab the peg onto the other hole of the gun. That's like the tank turret. Okay, and then this chest piece is going to tab in and lock those arms together. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to fold down that entire assembly to upper torso, but you don't want to fold it here. You want to fold it here. Split the waist, that, and you're done. Okay, the feet will go out here. Fold the toes down. Rotate those leg pieces right there. Tab in the thighs. And then these foot pieces are going to tab in right here. Those holes right there. Okay, you do it one at a time. Make sure you shoot it in the correct hole. Okay, right there. And what's left is the smaller gun, the spiky alien gun, up on top, like so. Okay, and that's that. There Impactor in his Cybertronian tank mode, I suppose. The gun can move up and down because it's on pegs. Rotate, because that's the waist rotation. Pretty cool. Some wheels that actually roll. Not as smooth, but it will do. Nice details on the tank. You can see more silver paint right here. So yeah, very, very cool. Let's bring in everybody. Here's Mirage, Aragon. So yeah, looking absolutely cool as a three-piece. So some final thoughts on this set. It's a great set, good enough. I mean, the Siege line has always been very dependable. They had great offerings. My favorite, as I mentioned, Impactor. Aragon is the weakest, and Mirage is okay. This guy's gonna get a 7 out of 10. Sorry. He's gonna get a 10. He's gonna get what, an 8.5 out of 10. So overall, the set is 8.5. If you're a big fan of the Powerdashers, the only way to get Aragon is to get the set. But I think the set is worth getting because of Impactor and this really cool Mirage. His clear blue plastic version. I think it's okay, even if I wished it to be a little bit lighter. There you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this little video review. If you did, please let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of this set. Is it worth it? Do you like one figure over the other? Or you like all three figures? Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. This has been the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Fan Vote Battle 3-Pack featuring Holo Mirage, Powerdasher Aragon, and Decepticon Impactor. Thanks for watching.